this lesson, we'll learn how to say what we're wearing. First, let's start with vocabulary. Camiseta is t-shirt. Camisa is shirt. Chaqueta is jacket. Sudadera is sweatshirt. Blusa is blouse. Vestido is dress. Chaleco is vest. Falda is skirt. Traje is suit. Pijama is pajama. Pantalones are pants. Pantalones cortos are shorts. Calcetines are socks. Bañador is swimsuit. Abrigo is coat. Chubasquero is raincoat. Gabardina is trench coat. Gafas are glasses. Gafas de sol are sunglasses. Gafas de bucear are diving goggles. Sombrero is hat. Gorra is cap. Reloj is watch. Casco is helmet. Guantes is gloves. Bolso is bag. Paraguas is umbrella. Bufanda is scarf. Lazo is bow. Corbata is tie. Cinturón is belt. Pulsera is bracelet. Anillo is ring. Pendientes are earrings. Collar is necklace. Zapatos are shoes. Sandalias is sandals. Botas are boots. Now we're going to talk about colors and gender and how to combine them while talking about what you're wearing. So first we have feminine words or girl words that are singular. These words end in the letter A. So when you have these types of words, you change the color to end in an A. So for example, camiseta ends in an A, so we know it's a female or feminine or girl word. And camiseta means shirt. But we also, if we want to say white shirt, we know that white is blanco. But blanco ends in an O. But since camiseta ends in an A, we need to change blanco to end in an A. Because you cannot combine a word that ends in A and another word that ends in O. You can't combine them. So instead, we change the color. So instead of it being camiseta blanco, it'll become camiseta blanca. We just changed the last letter of the color to be A. For feminine plural or girl words that are more than one, those end in AS. So you do the same thing here. You change the color to end in AS. So camisetas means shirts, plural, and blanco means white. But camisetas is feminine plural and blanco is male singular. So instead it becomes camisetas blancas because you changed the blanco, you changed the O to AS. The same thing goes for masculine. So masculine singular or boy words, they end in O. So you always have to make sure that the color ends in O. So sombrero means hat, which ends in an O, so it's a boy word. And blanco also ends in an O, so you can combine them, make it sombrero blanco, which means white hat, because they're both masculine. Masculine plural, they end in OS, so you have to change the color to end in OS. So zapatos are shoes, and blanco is white, but zapatos ends in an OS, and blanco only ends in an O. So when you make the sentence, you have to make it zapatos blancos, white hats. So you make, or white shoes, so that you make them both end in OS. Now let's talk about how to answer ¿Qué llevas hoy?, which means what are you wearing today? So here we have 3 sentence starters. And in the corner you can see llevo means I wear and tengo also means I wear, but you only use it with glasses. So you could say for the first sentence starter, you could say, yo llevo una camiseta blank y unos zapatos blank. So in English, this just means I'm wearing a blank shirt and blank shoes. And in those blanks, you can put colors. So, camiseta ends in an A. If I wanted to say a pink shirt, pink in Spanish is rosado. So rosado ends in an O, but camiseta ends in an A. So for feminine singular, you always change the color to match with the shirt. So the color ends in an O and camiseta ends in an A. So you make the color end in an A. So it'll be yo llevo una camiseta rosada y unos zapatos. So for shoes, I could say negro, but I would have to have negro end in an OS because zapatos ends in an OS. So it would be yo llevo una camiseta rosada y unos zapatos negros. And it would be the same thing for the second and third sentence starter. It just says it means different things in English, but it would be the same concept.